welcome to Speaks. Today we're bringing you the world-renowned symbol of ultra wealth, the Richard Mille Men's Series RM055 NTPT. As the dream watch for many enthusiasts, its price truly puts it out of reach for most people. But today we're presenting two special versions that might just help you realize your dream sooner. Here in front of us are three watches, versions A and B. For version A, we've prepared both black and white colors so you can get a more detailed understanding. Today, we'll focus mainly on the white version and share with you the specific differences between versions A and B. As for the weight of the three watches, the white version of A uses a pure carbon fiber case, making it the lightest overall. However, both the black version of A and version B use a titanium middle case, yet there's a 5-gram difference in weight between the two. So what's the real secret between version A and version B? We're about to reveal it. The red-lettered A version is a Japan exclusive, while the white-lettered B version is exclusive to the Americas. Aside from the difference in font color, the middle case of version A is carbon fiber, while that of version B is titanium. Both use the same movement model, so visually we can't see any obvious differences between the two. However, the price difference is more than tenfold. Version B only costs you a week's allowance, while version A might take 2 months' worth of your allowance. There is no obvious difference in thickness, size, or the texture of the straps between the two. The price difference mainly comes down to the case material and the movement. First, in terms of case material, version A has an overall grayer tone, while version B appears darker. The contrast between light and dark is more pronounced on version A, whereas version B has less variation in its pattern's brightness. However, there is no significant difference in the layering of the patterns. As for the case screws, version A has larger threads and a brushed surface texture, while version B has smaller threads and a matte finish. The RM055 does not have a traditional dial. Its movement structure essentially serves as the dial, which is why everyone pays special attention to the quality and appearance of the movement. Next, let's take a closer look at the differences between the two in terms of their movements. First, let's look at the heart of the movement, the shock absorber. The shock absorber structure in version A is noticeably larger than that in version B, and there are differences in the size of the white jewel, the position of the screw holes, and even the thickness of the numbers on top. The size and position of the screws on the movement's main plate, as well as the curvature of the threads on the screws that secure the movement, are also different. The silver titanium stripes on the main plate are also very distinct. Version B features thick, textured friction lines, while version A has fine brushed lines. This difference is quite obvious. There are also clear differences between A and B in the color and texture of the gears, most notably in the two large mainspring barrels. Additionally, several screw holes on the main plate are different, and the length of the titanium stripes also varies significantly. There are also many detailed differences on the back of the movement. Let us share a few of the most obvious ones with you. There are clear differences in the movement structure itself. The arrangement of the gears here, both vertically and horizontally, as well as the shapes of certain areas, have some changes. Each screw hole position is also different. The differences in the hexagonal screws that secure the movement are even more pronounced. On version B, they are severely deformed and lack a three-dimensional feel. On the shock absorber, the one on version A is smaller, without any extra thin retaining plates, and it features counterweights in 4 directions. At this position, the screw and bridge that secure the movement are made of titanium and carbon fiber on version A, with a clear layered structure, while version B uses only titanium. As for the hands, the matte texture on version A is more pronounced and relatively shinier, with a smaller central axis. Regarding the clasp, the Japan limited edition uses black-coated titanium. The Americas limited edition, on the other hand, is pure titanium. Version A clearly uses an auxiliary stone engraving technique, which is closer to a handcrafted feel and is overall more delicate. Version B features a relatively uniform matte stamping effect. It's almost impossible to distinguish between version A and B based on their reflective effects. There's no visible difference. Maybe the lower price of version B is quite appealing to you, but would you rather have a B version that scores 80 points or an A version that scores 99? It's not hard to pass an exam, but being number one is truly the most valuable. In any case, I hope those who love authentic products will keep their eyes open and avoid being deceived. If you have more questions, feel free to leave a comment below. See you next time.